Two-part silicone mold material is so cool. You can make perfect replicas of your stuff. First, let me tell you how to use two-part silicone mold material. Use a handy-dandy digital scale to weigh out equal parts of A and B. Take the items you're molding and build a little box around them. You can use hot glue or tape to hold the outside together. I coated each item with Mod Podge, and then I painted the entire inside of the box with Mod Podge too, so that it would come free from the silicone. Hang around because I'm going to show you the results from using 3 different types of material to fill the two-part silicone mold. Depending on the shape, some materials are great and others are not. Now that it's all stirred for 5 minutes, pour it into your mold. Make sure there's an extra 1/4 of an inch over the top of your items. I'll stick that bad boy in the fridge for an hour so all the bubbles will slowly move to the top before curing. That way you get a nice clean mold. Here it is. It looks really cool. After you take it out of the fridge, you've got to let it cure. It's going to take many hours, maybe overnight. If it's not sticky, it's ready to go. So I'm just pulling out the originals, and they came out perfectly intact. You may need to use an X-Acto knife to help make slits to dislodge them a little bit. The rubber compound is kind of stiff, so it might be a little bit difficult to push some of the items out. I know it's very exciting, but just take your time and you won't break them. These old dried out bits of clay are getting rehydrated into slip so that I can fill this with clay. Slip is just sloppy, wet, gross clay. And I waited a few days before I pulled them out of the mold. And guess what? Only the shallow flat back piece, the heart, came out good. So if you're going to use slip, do a shallow piece that doesn't have a lot of detail and no undercuts, and it'll probably come out pretty good. The mugs, however, were a fail, so we're going to move on and try UV resin. I wanted to add a little of this mica powder, but I accidentally put in a lot, and that is where I went wrong. Apparently, when you put it under the UV light doesn't pass through and it wouldn't fully cure. So when I took them out, it was really bad. Like first I poked through the side and the inside was completely not cured and dripping out. So do not add the mica powder. Just go straight for using the clear UV or just the tiniest bit of sparkle. Throwing good money after bad, I tried to fix it, but really, these pieces just need to be thrown away, and I need to start fresh. Next, we're going to try clear resin. Now, I couldn't quite get all of the red resin out of the mold, so I'm just going to use the clear resin to help lift that off. And I'm going to use rubbing alcohol to get it off my pants. These are my studio pants. Don't worry, I don't wear these out. I used a little Dremel tool to clean off the little extra bits. There's always this extra step of cleaning stuff up. I don't really know why I'm trying to salvage these red ones. Maybe I'll paint them. I'm using the Let's Resin UV Resin Kit and the Type 15 Let's Resin It 2-part silicone mold rubber. This video is not sponsored, but I am not opposed to the idea. Okay, I cured these on both sides for about 1.5 minutes each side. And they came out pretty good. As you can see, it picked up the red that was left in the mold, and now the mold looks pretty clean. Now it just has pieces that just need to be trimmed off. It looks like a glass mug, perfect for your curio cabinet or for a little doll. Next, I want to try one more material, dental buff stone. But first, I'm using this super gloss acrylic to give it a shinier finish. It also kind of fills in, makes it look more glass-like. And watch till the end, and I'll show you the glamour shots of how I finished these out. I bought all these products on Amazon, as a matter of fact, and even the dental buff stone. You just mix dental buff stone to like a peanut butter consistency with some water, and then fill the mold. It's pretty easy. Go away for 45 minutes or something. It'll heat up and then it'll cool back down again and it'll be cured. And like in 24 hours, I think it's fully cured like forever. You can dry it out before painting it though. I'd wait a few days because it does still seem to have some moisture in it for a few days. But I'm impatient and I don't sell my stuff, so I'm just going to paint mine right away. I use acrylic paints for this and seal it with Mod Podge. You can even paint on more UV resin and seal it with that, which gives it a nice shiny finish. It'll look like ceramic. But with all those toxic chemicals you've been known to love.
For my ester fans, I'm going to slap a little decal of an ester on the back. It's just a piece of paper I printed out from my printer. If you get to the end of the video and you have any questions, please ask in the comments. I reply as quickly as possible. So here are my findings. Okay, I think if I wanted to paint this better, I would just spray it with primer first and then spray paint it and then put a little bit of UV resin over my decals and put it under the UV light because I think that's the best bet. I'll show you how that looks at the end. But I was not a big fan of how the colored resin came out. This is the clear resin that I used to get the junk out of the mold. It's cute, you know, it's okay. It's not my taste, but I have a solution to that right at the end. The height difference is interesting. I think that the dental buff stone shrank a little bit. I think the fact that it shrinks a tiny bit when they make your bleaching trays makes it fit better on your teeth. And the dental buff stone feels heavy, which is so cool. Okay, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm gonna have to make slip molds because my favorite is really ceramic. Look at the shine you get. It's just gorgeous because it's made of glass. And these are my favorite of the dental buff stones, and I love that I got Esther dancing on the back. One last test. I'm gonna show you. I can do a clear. I got a clear one out in resin, and it looks amazing right out of the mold. Clear gloss acrylic wasn't so beautiful, so I put a little UV resin onto my favorite mugs and put them back under the light, and now they look spectacular with that shine. If you like this video, I promise to show you these tiny shoes that are in the box. These are made of plaster. I put them into a 2-part mold and I painted them with watercolor and pencil. And now for the sexy reveal pictures. Esther in all her glory.
YouTube thinks you might also enjoy this video.